Alright guys, welcome back to Death Stranding now. For me, it's been a little bit playing it, so I might have to get back into the controls. Just because I was finishing up some other games. But, let's see. Bring Portnot City onto the chiral network. So what we're trying to do... That's right, we have a couple of side stuff, and I believe this is... We've been to the wind farm. Let's see. Orders. I guess we have to grab some orders. We got mail. Ooh, a lot of mail. Alright, let's go ahead. Sam the man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. Hell, when we first got here and we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot, but after a while some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. We read that one. Okay, so this is the only one. Yeah, these are grayed out. Okay. Cargo quantity and your porter grades. How are your porter grades these days, Sam? I'm sure you're aware that trying to account for all 5 factors is the basic premise, but if you're anything like me, you just want to deliver as much stuff as you can, am I right? If so, you could always just load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for a bridge bonus for total cargo weight. Nothing wrong with this simple approach. Of course, in the good old days, it was easier. Roads were much better back then, so all you had to do was chuck all your stuff in the back of a truck and go for a drive. Can't do that now, though. Even if you've got a truck, they're usually more trouble than they're worth. Hell, sometimes you'll see them just sitting on the side of a road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since lugging big loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful when a porter manages it. Hence the bonuses. Here at the distro center, for example, we have to make sure we've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have to make every delivery count. I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Well, I've said my piece, and now you know how to make yourself popular around these parts. Stack your cargo high. Okay. Data, the tips are just things it tells us. Interviews. Oh, we got a couple. Humanity's biggest problem. Logistics. It's who died Hardman when 5 years ago. War and famine have been inescapable parts of human life since the rise of our species, and while the fall of America hasn't changed the fundamental truth, it's fair to say that these issues aren't pressing concerns. Can you remember the last time you heard of a prepper dying of starvation, much less someone in a not city? No one's fighting over water or oil or anything else, which isn't to say that people don't occasionally run out of supplies. But that's almost never because of a real shortage. It's usually a problem with logistics. In fact, it was to address such problems that the president created bridges and developed the chiral network. So yeah, no one's that desperate. Everyone's got enough for themselves, which is what leads to the real problem. It's all too easy for people to become isolated from one another and eventually forget that others even exist. People are free to live for themselves, for the moment, without a care for the future. The president understood this better than anyone, and I know just how much it pained her. Chiral Containment 1. Holy hell, these are going to be long. From Hartman 3 years ago. Chiral contamination is the result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by chiralium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effects are not dissimilar from those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal. Such traumatic experiences can alter hormonal secretions, impair immune responses, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptoms of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress a more advanced stage in which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on an individual's mental health cannot be understated. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses towards the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons, the mad ones. In the case of some porters, such as mules, impaired memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession, hence the homogestalt moniker. While it should be feasible and preferable for most individuals to avoid chiral contamination at all costs, there are those with a demonstrated resistance who need not be so cautious. I speak, of course, of doom's sufferers. Chiral contamination 2. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used to alleviate stress, increasing oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. In recent years, however, a hormone dubbed lycerin, known to mitigate the effects of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attracted a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Unlike oxytocin, lycin cannot be administered externally. It is secreted within the body, but only in response to external stimuli. It is said to be the hormone principally responsible for the positive feelings that occur when one achieves a goal, enjoys success, receives praise or gratitude, or any form of like from a fellow human being. The discovery of beaches and the concept of death. With the discovery of the beach, the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you will find many who would deny this. Alas, we can say little with confidence in any objective or scientific capability of our understanding of this new realm remains in its infancy and is ever evolving, much like our understanding of the universe as a whole. Perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beach relates to the conception of multiverse, but I digress. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. A discrete beach is influenced by the mind and the associate individual, and therefore linked to them why can't I say this word? Irrevocably. Okay. This is why we have so energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a unified theory of Death Stranding, the beach, and related phenomena. There was a fad a while back in which subjects underwent counseling in order to learn more about their beaches, and in so doing gain a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doomed sufferers in particular provided excellent opportunities for study. An interesting theoretical question arose during that period. If a person's beach was a product of their consciousness, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface, perhaps, but one quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only a human can possess a beach. And yet this begs another question. If all that is required is consciousness akin to that of a human, could the AI have a beach? An android? I, for one, do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beaches is to connect the world of the living and the dead. If an entity was never born, has not truly lived, and will never know death, surely it cannot have a beach. BTs and reaching out to us. 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis stated to craft stone tools. Hands are so very important, don't you think? Our other sensory organs passively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our noses smell, our mouths taste. But hands are different. To touch requires conscious actions, to grasp more so. To connect that which is in our left hand with that which is in our right, still more. And the handprints we see when BTs seek our humans, why, I'd say that's just evidence of our otherworldly friends yearning to forge a connection. They're reaching out to us, attempting to bridge the gap between realm of the dead and that of the living. That's actually pretty interesting. Okay, so that's a lot to read. Oh, what is this?
Supply requests. Submit one if you're in need of anything in particular.
Oh, okay. Requests can be made to other players for weapons or equipment to be delivered to a specific location. If another player accepts your request and delivers your supplies, they will be made available to you at the destination specified. Okay. That's interesting.
A bridge link is another way of describing the connection between you and another porter. If you want to forge a powerful bond, consider a strand contract.
Okay, the bridge link screen. Here you can view a list of other players you've interacted with along with their details. You can also further strengthen your connection to other players here through the formation of strand contracts. Forming a strand contract with a player makes their structures and lost cargo easier to see. After using X to select view own records, use L1 and R1 to switch between various records. Well, that person's got a... Wow, alright. Like I said, I haven't played it too much. Alright, nothing right there. And we have a ladder, climbing anchor, container repair spray, very important. 2 boots, just in case. Well, our equipped boots. And our damaged ones. Okay. Alright, that's showing me all the likes and stuff we received. I think it wants us to go to our... Okay, we have 2 orders for us. One is urgent. We have to go all the way back to Capital Knot City. Oh, wait. We have to do this in 30 minutes. Or under. Then we have standard orders. We have 2 of those as well. Let's see, we could take this one. It does want to stand in the private room though, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Now, with this game being, well, I guess what it is, it's of course going to be a long game. I heard just if you just do the main campaign, it's around 35 hours. And then...
Good morning, Sam.
You, of course, have all the extra stuff you can do. So we got some mail. See if the figures have changed. No, it's still the same thing. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll drink these. They give us extra stamina, so we'll go ahead and drink some of them. You can really boost it up to 25, so I guess it's kind of weird with 10% to, 25. That means half of the drink is going to be wasted, you know. And one more. Alright, stamina maxed. Let's go with sunglasses. I don't think these actually do anything other than just, you know, visually. They look, I guess they look okay. But I think that's pretty much it. Now let's see, let's view our mail again. And we have two things. The meaning of chirality. Dear Sam, sorry you had to go through the trouble of chasing down that part for us. But believe me, you've done us a great service. Thanks to you, our chiral printer's finally up and running. Didn't think it would ever happen, if I'm honest. But it did, and now we don't have to rely on porters as much as before. We can make a lot of what we require with our printer, and if we need intel on the outside world, it's right out at our fingertips. On behalf of myself and everybody else here at the Distro Center, thanks. None of this would have been possible without you. Funny story, the other day I was using the network to read up on the word chiral and where it comes from. Turns out it's Greek, means hand. Bet you didn't know that, did you? The text went on about how your right hand is a mirror image of your left, but only if you put your palms together. And if you point them away and lay one hand on top of the other, well, that's chirality. That's how I understood it anyhow. What it's got to do with the network, I'm not really sure. Something about routing communications through the beach, which is basically another world like ours. But not really. So when you force elements of two into contact, that triggers a void out. Anyhow, all I know is that while I hope you keep on doing what you do to bring us together, you best leave the dead out of it. You hear? Then we got from the wind farm, our hard work is paying off. Dear Sam, I wonder where you are right now. If it's somewhere powered by our wind farm, if anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. Until you brought us into the network, we could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities and beyond. I'm still not 100% on the details, but basically transmitting it via the beach means we don't suffer any additional loss due to the increased distances. So it can go as fast as we need it to. Good thing we kept the faith in the second expedition and kept this place properly maintained. You made our efforts worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Okay. Alright, nothing else there. We have music player. The music player, you can use the music player to play any music data you've acquired. Music data can be received as a reward for completing various orders for Sam. Okay. Soothing tunes. I do actually like the music in the game a lot. Go ahead and get started though. It's almost 20 minutes of just reading, pretty much. Bring Port Knot City onto the chiral network. Okay. Okay, so we'll do orders for Sam. And I guess let's do this one, the urgent one.
This is a somewhat unusual order. You're going to want to review the key points in the summary.
Okay. Deliver crypto bytes to Capital Knot City. Crypto biotes, are known to restore blood loss. Yes, we know. You will need to complete the delivery within 30 minutes to ensure that they arrive alive. Do not submerge. Which, of course, yeah, can't go over water. Okay. Oh, let's go ahead and listen to the briefing.
The Capital Knot Distro Center's holding some cryptobiotes we need delivered to the city. Cryptobiote cells can accelerate blood production in humans. They may well be the hardiest organisms on Earth, capable of enduring more physiological stress than any other. In harsh conditions, a cryptobiote will eventually enter an metabolic state in a bid to survive. Unfortunately, shoving a bunch into a shipping container or submerging them in water for an extended period of time is enough to trigger this response. It takes weeks to coax them back to life if they're allowed to fully transition to this state. So you can't keep them cooped up for long. Make sure to reach Capital Knot City before it's too late.
Okay. So, I wonder if we can use the our bike for this one. If we can, we might be able to go up into the right a little bit. Yeah, accept it. Oh, okay. Ladder. Container repair spray. Yeah, I think we're good.
That's a breathable container, remember? For its passengers' sake, don't immerse it in water.
I know. Your current load will be optimized, allowing you to carry additional cargo on your back. Okay. So we did the auto loadout, so it should be... Whoops. It should be optimized for us now. For us to easily
Order
run
assigned.
around.
Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set. Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Now, I don't really like timed missions in games, so we'll see how this does. And we'll see if we can use this.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Okay, so we can't use the vehicle at the moment. Placing hand-carried cargo on a vehicle. Stay next to a vehicle and release handheld cargo to be placed it on the cargo bed. Okay. So if we move all this stuff... onto the bike. Whoops. But we still can't use the vehicle.
Sam? Seems like that bike's auto-charging unit is busted.
Oh.
If you want to take it for a spin, you'll need to use a generator to give it some juice.
So how do we do that? I guess it'll tell us that later. Yeah, I guess it'll tell us later. There's some lost cargo, but I'm not gonna go ahead and take that at the moment. And we do have a lookout tower here, so that'll be helpful. And we have the container resin, or the spray to help our containers out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. Might as well grab those. Okay. So now, whoops, didn't mean to do that. If we look on our map, we're trying to get here. So if we follow this, there's a little thing we have to get over here. But then it should be a pretty easy way to get there. So we'll keep going straight. And hopefully the rain won't constantly be there. And I don't want to pick up too much stuff right now because if we get close there, let's say it did rain, and losing cargo you picked up. Cargo that you find along the way, assuming we lose, may sometimes be delivered. I know all that. But as I was saying, I don't want to just have a bunch of cargo that's going to be damaged by the time we get there, when I could have picked up some stuff a lot closer and had it not be damaged. So. And I was saying earlier, I'm not sure how much of the extra missions I'm going to do. I'm going to do, I want to say at least half of them, because I'm betting there's a lot. I think so. I heard it was around 70 that weren't story based. So I don't know why this line is blue and red. Using cargo as a weapon. Why would I do that? Oh shit, that's a scan thing. I haven't seen any mules. Hold on, are we in? Oh, we completely skipped where I wanted to go. We are in mule territory now, though. Shoot. Ooh. Let's see if we can run from it for right now. Oh, there's one coming across the water. I'm thinking maybe if we just go straight up this ridge. Looks like we got 3, maybe 4 on us. Whoa! Oh, here's a mule station, you motherfucker. Wow, there's a lot more of them than I thought. Well, this will be our first actual encounter with mules. Our first one was, well, technically our first one was just a tutorial. And the other one we were able to get by with stealth. And tie up 2, or no, like 4 of them, maybe 3. I think we are losing them though, so that's good. That's why I tried to go for the more... Oh, shit. Tried to go for the more treacherous terrain to see if we can lose them. Come on, you ain't that exhausted, Sam. I guess that's the baby.
Anyone? Hey!
Damn it, I don't remember how to... Oh, I think it's in data. With the BB. I'm glad the data is here. Okay. Oh, L1 down. What? I was gonna say he's happy, so I don't know why he was crying. I completely forgot that it comes through your mic from the controller. Trying to release it back so that someone else could get it, but oh, there's another one right there. Okay, just making sure. Alright, so it's pretty deep right here. We can't get it submerged. Do we have a ladder? Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and use our ladder here since we don't even use it anyway. Or we haven't used it yet. Now, how do we... oh, what? Oh, structure menu, that's right. So that's what happens when you don't play for a little bit. You forget about everything. So structure menu... not that. Use options and select structure menu. I need to learn how to, how to do it, so... shit, let's go back to tips then. Stamina, it's not that. Scanner detector, BB, timefall, environments, enemies. Oh, idiots. Whoops. Alright, how do you place it correctly? L2 to adjust position. You can't really though. All it's letting me do is this. I know you can place it a lot further. Screw it. For some reason it's not really giving me much to be able to do when it comes to placing stuff like see, now it's submerged. And that's what I was trying to fucking not do. Yeah, you know what, fuck it. But yeah, it's not, yeah, I'll take damage, okay. Do I still have it on my back? Yeah. But, yeah, for some reason, I'm placing the ladder down, and I've seen it actually done, but for some reason, it's not letting me go any further with it. Like, I've seen, even in, like, the playthroughs during stuff with the game, that, it's placed incredibly far distance. And, it's placed going up like a normal ladder would be placed instead of a bridge. But mine won't even let me go up.
Verifying ID. Clear.
And I don't understand what
Until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Welcome to
I
Capital
was doing
City.
wrong. Like,
Proceed to distribution center.
I go over here?
Decontaminating suit. All clear.
Keep on
Welcome,
keeping on.
Sam Porter Bridges.
Sam, first deliver your cargo, then you can take on new requests.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome back, Sam Bridges. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the delivery. Well, Sam Bridges does it again. Crypto buyout should be fine. Much obliged.
That's the first S we didn't get. Let's see. Corals at the seam, Cenobites. Okay, so that's where the delivery time comes in.
Hey, I got something for you.
A hat. He has given you a cap.
Okay, safe travels. There's something different about you. Can't quite put my finger on what. But I swear, I'm not imagining.
I'm impressed, Sam. You've brought pretty much the entire region together. But the further west you head, the more you're going to have to deal with BTs. Now, we're always looking for new, more permanent solutions. And we know your blood has a measurable effect on them. I told you before that Mama's developing a weapon to leverage that, which is why we need a way to artificially produce more of it. Hence the cryptobiotes. But maybe you already figured it out. If all goes according to plan, we might be able to turn the tide. But first, it's time to bring Port Knot City into the UCA. The order from Die Hartman is waiting on the delivery terminal.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
Sam, I received word from Mama that she's completed her anti-BT weapon. Prototypes of her design form a part of your next shipment. A delivery of relief supplies for the people of Port Knot City. Port Knot City is a fair distance from BT territory, but the weapons should come in handy if any stray too close. They'll also provide people with the means to defend themselves when traveling outside the city limits. The shipment also includes a variety of medicines, as well as human sperm and egg samples. These specimens are essential for maintaining genetic diversity as they were donated by civilians living outside the major population centers. By taking advantage of chiralium's temporal properties, we can ensure they remain viable for as long as required. After the shipment's been processed, connect the Cupid. Now, once that's done, the entire region will be integrated into the chiral network. Afterwards, you'll be pushing on to Lake Knot City. So we've included relief supplies for the people there as well. Of course, to get there, you'll need to cross over the lake in between. Details on that will be in a second order you'll need to accept then. Without a doubt, this will be your longest run for us to date. Make sure you've got everything you need.
Okay, so we have the aid package to deliver from or to Port Knot City, all the way over there. Which, that's where we came from, so that's weird. Wait, what's that say? Number of items to deliver 4, okay. Then we have 3 standard orders, but let's go ahead and rest in the private room, I guess. It wants us to do that after every run for some reason. I guess it would be good if we lost any health, or just to get our stamina back and soothe the BT if it needs be soothed.
Good morning, Sam.
Alright, and we got a bunch of mail. Alright, from Benjamin Hancock. Far apart, but always connected. Dear Sam, thanks again for all your help. The Cower printer's still running like a dream, and it kind of feels like one too. Seeing all these new buildings popping up out here, it hasn't solved all our problems, of course. The nearby wasteland's still crawling with BTs, but now we can obtain a good chunk of our supplies via the network, and they can't interfere with that. To think we're connected even all the way out here, didn't used to think it was such a special thing. The whole world was one big network back before the Death Stranding. Video, audio, text, every bit of information was available for one and all. But now we've got one better. The Chiral network and the printer can be used to send tangible things. Well, in a way. Welcome to the new America. Once we're able to send food and medicine too, you won't have to put your neck on the line for our sake anymore. I hope that day comes soon. I really do. From Nick Easton. To the man who delivers. I'm sorry. Sam, first off, sorry for calling you a newbie last time. You're Sam Bridges, a freaking living legend. And there I was, talking to you like this was your first day on the job. Dead man was none too happy about me treating you like this. Was your first rodeo? Man, do I feel like a dumbass. If you're the one helping us expand the network from coast to coast, we're in safe hands for sure. Guess the day America rises from the ashes might not be so far off after all. So you were a member of Bridges before you were a porter, and now you're back in the shift after what? 10 years? Suppose that means you outrank me, though I reckon you're not the type to care about all that. Out of curiosity, have you been using your private room to kick back and relax while listening to some music? The director asked us to hook you up with some tracks from Low Roar. Said there's no better way to unwind after a hard day. I checked them out myself, and I have to say, he knows what he's talking about. Really got the juices flowing. Oxytocin, too. My favorite's a track called Pop Virus, and I think you might like it, too. Apparently, it's about a virus that destroys everything people think they know about music, allowing something completely new to be created in its place. Kind of like what you're doing with America, right? Taking a busted foundation and rebuilding it to make something better in the long run. Give it a listen when you have a chance. Okay. Well, we got Easy Way Out. We don't got no... Oh, there's Pop Virus. It's 3 minutes. Might listen to that at some point. I do wish, though, not everything took so long in the private room. We got some sunglasses, we got the hat on. The BB just gave me a bunch of likes from that. Alright. I guess let's go ahead and take a shower, then we'll see BB and then get out of here. I don't know if it's important to do all this stuff, but whatever. I don't think I've ever sat down in the shower.
Tired, huh?
Our connection level's only half a star.
Tired, huh?
Alright, and we'll see if we can get another ladder and figure that out along the way.
Take a look. This is what the world looked like hundreds of millions of years ago. It was just one big continent. And do you know what this is? The moon. I'll show you the real thing soon. I promise. The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
Okay. Alright.
By handing
know
over
how to
excess
recycle.
materials to a facility, you can increase the amount stored on site. Now, these materials can then be used later for equipment fabrication and so forth. Just remember that each facility has separate stores and that the amount on hand differs from site to site. Don't get carried away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I know. I'm just saying, because we have a bunch of crystals. Probably do them as well. We don't need those boots. Oh, whoops. I don't know what the hell I pressed. Alright, we have... Oh, we don't have anything in storage, okay. Fabricate a ladder. And we'll have to do one of these. Because I believe we lost it. Alright, now let's go ahead and take on an order. Orders for Sam. Listen to the briefing.
This order's critical, so humor me while I review the details. Port Knot City's your first destination. You're to deliver relief supplies and bring it into the network. Lake Knot City is your second destination. Again, you'll be delivering relief supplies. You'll also be carrying prototype anti-BT weapons, which will give us a chance to see how they perform in the field. Mama will brief you on usage, so pay close attention. And Sam, as a reminder, this run is no joke. You'll be covering a record distance. Don't take any chances.
Okay, so we're going to Port Knot, then Lake Knot.
That's a transfusion bag containing blood drawn from you. While equipped, it'll gradually replenish yours.
Okay.
Sam, this is our first attempt at developing an anti-BT weapon. I had to work fast with what we had, so they're basically modified hand grenades. At least, that's how they're meant to function. They've never actually been tested in the field. Who knows? You might be the first person to kill a BT. And wouldn't that be something? But, even if they do work, don't forget that they're fueled by your blood. Use too much, and you'll give yourself anemia.
Okay, that's interesting. So, our... Oh, the grenades we have... are from our own... Okay, so that means, my guess... the more we use, the less health we'll have. Maybe? God, we're carrying a lot.
Thank you for your contribution.
78. Alright, how much... Or, let's see, what stuff do we actually have? This one with the BT weapons, repair spray, the PCC. Oh, lost cargo we still have, that's right. Let me go ahead and deliver that real quick. What? Yeah. Oh, okay. I forgot you hold it. I always forget you hold X to confirm it. Okay. That brought it down 4 pounds. Yeah. We certainly do have to go quite a ways.
Sam, up for performing an experiment with hematic grenades? Might be worth taking a look.
Okay, so okay, so those are post box. Where does she want us to do the thing with grenades? Wish it would have just been on there. Yeah, equipment trial, hematic grenade. Go to the BT area, defeat a BT, and confirm that chiral crystals are produced. Collect at least 1 CG of chiral crystals. Recycle chiral crystals at the distribution. Considering we have all of this cargo on us right now, I don't know if I want to do it right now.
Sam, Mama here. Up for performing an experiment with hematic grenades? Hartman tells me they can drive BTs back to the other side. At which point, the ambient beryllium in the surrounding area should crystallize. It's the resulting crystals that I'm after. I'd like you to bring them in for study. So, to recap, take out a BT using hematic grenades and collect any chiral crystals that form when it dies. Afterwards, bring the chiral crystals to Capital Knot's Western Distro Center. It's a lot to ask, I know, but I wouldn't if it wasn't important.
I guess. Wow.
Order assigned.
81. If I were to fail,
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
I would be insanely pissed depending on how far it sent us back. I'm gonna have to keep my, I can't run. I'm gonna have to keep my stamina. I do have the canteen, of course. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we're going to... That's our main objective. But then we have this one. Hold on, I have a bunch of markers. Oh no, I don't. Okay. So... There, and we do have to go to BT area. I'm not 100% sure where that is, but... Okay, that's the BT area. We have a couple streams. Hopefully there's some things we can cross. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to run at all.
Have a pleasant journey.
Sam, looks like you've got some more orders to take care of.
Oh, shut up.
Remember, once you get to Port Knot City, you'll be crossing the lake. So you should make any pending deliveries before then. Take a look at your map and figure out the most efficient way to get to all the places you need to go.
Okay, so it is telling us that once we get there, after that we'll be going across the lake. So basically, once we get here, we'll be going across a lake. So once we do actually get here, what I might do is do all the other orders, or at least some of the other orders. But for right now, we got to go over here and test the grenades. And let's see. That's for his feetsies. That's the canteen and blood stuff. And then we have repair spray. Repair spray. Here's the grenade. It will draw from Sam's body if a blood bag is not equipped. Use L2 to aim, R2 to throw. Hold R2 to throw further. Non-lethal anti-BT weapon. Okay. What I'm thinking is, since we do have to go over here and then down to here to deliver it, I almost don't want to bring my all my stuff over there, but we'll see. What we're going to do, though, is end this one here. And when we come back, we're going to try and take out a BT with a grenade. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Have a great day, and I'll see you. Bye.
Sam, having dooms gives you advantages most folks don't have. But as capable as you are, you're also a member of Bridges now. An organization filled with experts in a whole variety of fields, all of whom are ready and willing to help. The team is here for you, Sam. All you have to do is ask. Got it? Good.
Okay, so now we're going to end it. See you guys. Bye.